Hello and welcome to a new series I'm doing where I use basically 4 different builds representing the base game perks that you can get, meaning all killer perks from Trapper, Wraith, Hillbilly, Nurse, Huntress, Demogorgon because his perk's now in the basic pool, and the base pool. And then we have one game where we add Hag and Doctor because those are the special edition characters you get on top. And then we add one DLC on top of the special edition. Of worth of perks. So, we can choose one character. So, we could choose Shape, we could choose, Blight, we could choose Plague, we could choose any one DLC. And then we do another game where on top of that DLC we get another DLC. And we just see how good can you do on a budget. A budget being like $20 for characters. Sometimes they're a little bit more, but usually it's like $10.50 or something. It's like, $20. And then, the base game. Hopefully the special edition, which should be just $25. So basically $45. Like, what can you get for each character? So yeah. So with that, let's talk about the build that we're doing. We obviously have a Mori because we want to be toxic. Kidding, of course. We have a Mori just because it's kind of like the strongest thing you can bring as killer. And even though the add-ons may not be the strongest every single time, I want to keep, everything else pretty strong. We're using trapper gloves and fastening tools. I want this game to be a very quick game where we set traps just in their face and then we're able to put them into the traps and then just be able to quickly do things. We're running brutal strength, so then we can actually just go and kick any pallets. So then there's no pallets, meaning the only places they go to are the places that we've trapped, which are the windows. We're running agitation just so then we can get into the game faster and be able to maybe get to harder to get hook locations. Then Adaphobia, so as we're passively hurting people, it's putting regression on the survivors and forcing them to need to heal, so then they don't get penalties to their gen speeds. And the final perk that we're running is Hex No One Escapes Death, because I do expect us to go into the end game, due to the fact that we are Trapper, and Trapper's a notoriously kind of slow build-up character. But yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed the series, and let's get into the first game, shall we? Hello and welcome to the reroll of the game where we're using the base perks. I did have a game and it was going awesome and I loved it and I was happy and life was good, and then the internet decided that that wasn't nice, that I was having fun. It wasn't even that I was doing good, it was just that I was actually getting a few traps and I actually did things that were all about this build. So the build is kind of more of a chase based trapper, trying to alleviate his early game pressures due to the fact that we don't have many perks to just outright fix his early game issues. Yeah, so I was getting some cool stuff for that, and then the game just said no. Don't know why. I think maybe she saw a trap, and then she thinks it's a set trap, so she just doesn't want to deal with that. So I think, yeah, basement always spawns there. I think we're just gonna have to do the classic asshole thing. Oh, they have Boone as well. Makes sense. So we're just going to set up a few traps. And as you can see, they set really quickly. And what we're going to try to do is just set more traps around the area. This one's a great area for traps. Like they can't, I can't barely even see that. I don't even know where they are. This is why I hate about corn. That means that someone's going into here. Injure them. Perfect. We use the dead hard. Okay, the comedy on this one. The comedy on this one's pretty golden, I will admit. So, as we could see, the person could kind of move to the side a bit more. We don't want that. We want them to really have to struggle with what we're doing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and set a trap inwards instead now. So then that way, we're trying to bamboozle them into thinking we bamboozle into thinking whatever, whatever. You're an idiot. And the other person just died in the basement. And, because we have agitation, we, again, should be able to get down there. I do think that, especially because we got this map, the literal best build we could bring is a agitation iron grasp build. But, damn. Yeah. Iron grasp easily would have been the best thing there. However, you know, we're getting revenge and we're getting it sweet. And he definitely doesn't want to come down here to try to do anything about it. But this is easily the best way to play Trapper in my opinion. Just due to the fact that it makes it so much harder for them to do anything. Because it's like, oh shit, I have to contest with like 80 traps. So what we're going to do here is we're now going to finagle a second trap. Basically, so there's only one clear way you can go. And then we're going to grab this trap and we're going to put it here. So now there's a trap in a new area instead. And now we're going to go and damage this because we can. We have quicker things. And we're also going to break this, which means this loop is now no longer good because that pallet is what makes it good. Which means I'll go pick up this. Hello. Hit him. He'll drop pallet, hopefully. He doesn't, that's fine. I have an inkling that someone's going for the trap. Yep. I had a feeling that someone was going for the save. Got both of you. This is also great because this means everyone has a 15% regression to everything that they're doing, and there's only one trap left, so we can easily just hook her, grab the other one, hook them, and yeah, so we pretty much won this game now. Ooh, she is boil over. Makes sense. But pretty much what we would just want to do now is we just want to make sure that thank you. We get the shame hook. We reset this bear trap, and then what we do is we set one kind of more in the middle. That one's already set up. And pretty much what we're going to do now is we're just going to set up another bear trap at the vaulting location. Stupid, there's an ant on me. Ah. You poor unfortunate soul. Funnily enough, she would have gone on to that trap. So we're just going to reset this trap. She is hoping that we fall into the traps. However, we can narrowly avoid them due to one of them being closed. Kill them, and then pick up 2 of these, because we don't really need the basement anymore. Oh. That was funny. So yeah, now we can just go around and keep playing the way we're meant to be doing, which is more chase-based. I would like to have the silent trapper build, but I just think that the really increased setting speed is like just too good to just pass up. There we go. So our trap setting is maxed out now. So now we pretty much just want to go around the map, grabbing as many of these traps as we can, and trapping areas that we find problematic. Basically just due to the fact that we found that safe haven, and this tells us that it is either the Kate or someone else who has the boon perk. So we're going to put a trap here, because this is going to be an area of interest. I'll drop the pallet. We'll go around. Yep. It was a bait to break that. Damn. You're an idiot. Cool. This means that we can now break this. I don't know how many times we've broken things, but yeah. And because we've been so efficient at killing people, we haven't even been able to use our mori. And we'll pick up that trap. And the world giveth to me. And this is the other fun thing about Trapper, is you can trap the exit gates, which is what we're going to do. Unfortunately, I do have a quest that is not about the end game, so life will be worse than that scenario, but hey, we saved a lot of time. Oh. The problem, like, yeah, you just got rid of the fact that I have no ed, but at the same time, you're kind of fucked still. Due to the fact that you told me where the hell you were. Like, you're not opening that gate in time. Especially since I can just do that. And to fuck you over even harder, I'm just gonna put a trap in front of that to nail in the fact that you're not getting out. Ah. I hate the tractor, it's such a bad looping area. We kind of want to bait him to drop something just so then we can get the pallet. Damn, we're losing the game. Honestly, I don't care about this chase. We've won. And I'm going to try to quickly go over here, break this pallet, because I have an achievement, which is breaking 5 gen/pallets in a single game with brutal strength. And this might be my 5th one. But yeah, so this is our base game build. As you can see, we kind of got lucky with this one because it's a really good map for the actual like basement aspect of Trapper. Sadly, we don't have any ability to we probably can hook him though. Yeah, just. There we go. Sinclair is playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. Sinclair is playing... but as you can see, like, you can also at the very start of the game trap both of the exit gates and then go do all your stuff. And if you're using Trapper Sack, I actually recommend doing that, just so then that is there. Because like Trapper Sack with Iridescent Stone, having those constantly come back and forth is really hard for the survivors to deal with. But yeah, so that is the base game. Let's get into the special edition, shall we? Hello, so how was that first game? I think it went pretty well. We did have 2 first games, one of them is lost to time now because of bad internet connection, but the second one was pretty good. We did get into a basement trapper kind of thing, which is not what I wanted to do with that one. As I said, I wanted to do more of a chase trapper. So what are we going to do for this one? We're going to do a lockdown trapper. So the way that this works is we have 2 hex totems. We have Devour, Hope, and Ruin, both from the Hag, because it's the special edition, meaning we get Doctor and Hag perks. Being able to put a trap at both of these with Bloody Coil means that if they disarm it, they get injured. meaning, you know, it makes it easier for us to down them. And then tension spring just allows it so whenever someone gets in a trap and gets out of it, then they get injured. The bear trap resets itself. Kind of really strong if you do it with honing stone, just due to the fact that so they escape, they're injured, and then the trap just resets itself. But also that could bite you in the back, so you know, take it with a grain of salt. But I think these two are pretty cool. And Bloody Coil, I don't use it as much as Iridescent Stone, because Iridescent Stone, in my opinion, is one of the craziest ones, especially with Trapper Sack. So do expect to see that. I am going to try to use every single add-on once. Just so then, like, not every single, like, completely every single add-on, but, like, use add-ons, like, once in, like, the sense, just so then, like, every single game isn't Iridescent Stone Trapper Sack, because I think that's actually his best build. It's just, because, like, as well, it shows that, you know, all the different things you can do. And then when we get to other characters, like, maybe Shape. Like, you know, maybe for Shape, I'll do a game where, like, the video I did, where it's, like, Infinite Tier 3, or things like that. But, without further ado, let's get into the actual game. So I'll see you when the game starts. Hello, and we are now into the special edition game. Okay, for a second there, the bear trap was being weird. So, okay, cool. We have a hex totem right here, so what we can do is trap it like this. And I think that that means that people shouldn't be able to get into it. And also, to dissuade them from even going in this area, we're going to put a trap just there. Because if they see two traps, if they see that it's heavily armed, they might not want to go over there. And we also want to go and set up a trap. Basically with Trapper, all you want to do is set up traps. Set a trap right here. It's a very normal spot, this one. And then we want to go over to our second hex and set up a trap there. And then we should be good. We are on Crotus Pren, a more good for survivor thing. But however, because we're playing Trapper and we're actually trying to keep our totems alive, it's also pretty good for us due to the fact that, like, you know, these little alcoves make it really fucking hard for survivors to be able to just do their own shit here. Which does indeed make our life better. And the great thing about Trapper is you can kind of just trap areas that you really don't like this here. Fuck it, I don't want to play on it. And we have Brutal Strength for this reason. So we have a lot of our traps set up now. Alright, going over here. We're going to ignore them. And instead, go for the Fang. That was such a weird exchange, Jesus. So I'm going to break this, grab that trap, and then we will pick them up and get our first hook of the game. So this obviously feels very different and weird, however, two things have to be said. First off, the MMR of the survivors we're getting is going to go higher and higher as we play. I saw you around, so I'm not going to just... Yeah. The great thing about this is if they're going to be annoying like this, it actually is great for us because it means that I'm going to put a trap here. Okay. We're going to try to tunnel. Okay, we won't. Fuck you. Okay, now we're trying to. So, we're hoping that she just goes for the vault. Which she doesn't, which is a fair enough. Someone already reset this. So. They must have just done that. But as you can now see, due to our build now, everything's going a lot better. How did that not count? That is dumb. That not counting as hitting that trap is making me mad. Are you seriously gonna be a bunch of body blocking survivors? Thank God. Have a trap. Have a Kit Kat. Pick this person up. And we pretty much just want to trap this, put this person on a hook, and just go over somewhere else. Well, in this case, down this survivor as well, pick them up and go put them on a different hook. We don't have agitation, so I don't feel comfortable putting them in the basement. And then we're going to try to run away to basically just grab some other okay, so we got one token. The best way you can do this is do 2 at a time, because then they only have 1 token until the end of the game for them to actually be able to know what's going on. So now we have 2 tokens of Devour Hope, and we have 2 more traps under our belt, which is great for us. That means that... Oh, hey. Trying to 360 everywhere. I actually hear people up here doing something. Ah, the gen is regressing now. Hey. How you doing? Come here often? Boil over, fair enough. So, same thing. We want to hook them and then try to fuck away as fast as we can. And we do get haste. We should get at least. There is a boon totem around there, which is annoying for me. But it's fine. So I'm gonna reset this bear trap. As we can. And then we're gonna look at our hex totems, see that they're still fine, meaning that our build is working. And as soon as that person gets unhooked, this is where the fun begins. Now what we'll try to do, snuff out totem, is put this Bill in a situation where he gets fucked. Not by us, but by the game. So we'll put a trap like here. Oh no. Damn, is really just not wanting to have fun, huh? I think I'm just gonna have to go for it. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna have to show that we have it. And as soon as we go to show that we have it, someone is already on the fucking totem. We don't know which one is which, so they might just break Ruin there. There is a risk to running Ruin with Devour, because, you know, there could be the entire possibility of the fact that, oh no, they didn't even care about it. This is a really bad situation, because we want to be further enough away to where, like far enough away to where we get the Devour Hope, but not far enough away where it's too annoying for us. However, this is great. We hook them, and then we just go to where the other exit gate is. And then if someone does go for the unhook, we immediately get to win. Because they haven't done any time, they haven't spent any time at all actually doing gens, doing totems. To try to help us accomplish that, Kind of trying to make sure that they're not doing any totems. Okay, so as soon as we down someone, we can mori them, which is counterproductive to the point that we have a mori. Okay, as long they were healing, that's great for us. Because I don't know if you know this, but the healing actually doesn't matter. Okay, we need to just go and try to mori someone immediately. Fuck are they? They're running all the way away, which means I don't really care. Because it obviously means that someone else is doing the thing for them. Gotcha. And this tells them that they were indeed wrong. However, we can just mori this person now. And I think because it showed the Ebony Mori icon, that this mori is a mori that actually isn't from our Devour Hope, meaning our Devour Hope in this sense had no value. However, what we're going to do is just put a bear trap here. I think Honing Stone could have actually been a lot better. But it's fine. And now pretty much what we're going to try to do is try to get there before the game ends. However, due to the fact that, you know, it took so much time, I doubt that there's just a survivor there. They're just all probably going to leave, which is fine for us. Yeah, they're being annoying. Just leave. I really don't understand why survivors have to be annoying like that. The other two were fine, but the last one had to be annoying. But yeah, so that was our other one. And it was really cool that we did actually get Devour Hope off. It is a very high volley perk, and you don't always get to see it going. And even though, yes, I did only get one kill, this is my third game, and each game I've basically been getting 4Ks. So MMR is bound to go up to a point where now it's actually getting hard for us. So it's fun. I'll see you in the next game. So that game was pretty good as well. I'm actually really happy we did get to get Devour Hope off. Sadly, we did bring a Mori, because, you know, we may as well. And because we did bring a Mori, you know, we didn't actually get the Devour Hope value of getting a Mori, which is fine though. Like, if that was anyone else, we still gotten it. I do love though, at the end of the game, in the endgame chat, I think it's still visible. They're like 2 hexes. But if you think that Hex, Ruin, Hex, Devour Hope is the meta, it's not. It's Hex, Ruin, Hex, Undying, and it's been that meta for 2 years. So either you've not been facing meta people, or fucking, yeah. I just find that really funny though. But hey, so with one DLC, what would I add? With the ability to have one DLC, what would I add? What would I add? This is the build we're going with. And it does seem a bit weird, and I might actually change out Iron Grasp for a different perk that we do have. I think, at least, I hope we have. We do. No Way Out. So, this is one DLC. We're adding one DLC, and that is the Trickster All Kill DLC. So what does that give us? It gives us, I wonder if we actually have the perk. Hex perk's over here. Yeah. Well, it gives us Hex crowd control, which we probably have at a lower level, knowing how, yeah, here it is. So, basically, the entity blocks a window for, like, I think 20 seconds after Survivor vaults it quickly. But it's a Hex totem. And Bamboozle is kind of just better than that, so it's kind of a meh perk. But then you get No Way Out and Starstruck. Starstruck's one of my favorite perks, and it really works well with the entire Agitation combo. Agitation Starstruck, allowing you to move quickly and then just hit anyone that goes around you. No Way Out is really good for just at the end of the game, because we can basically set up our traps in front of it, so they have to disarm a trap, and then we can go over to it and then try to do something, and then every single 30 seconds they have to disarm it. And because hopefully with the 12 seconds we're getting, Jesus, scared the crap out of me, that was my door just randomly closing. We'll be able to get value from that, and we have Know It as well. So this is more of a late game build with Eerie Stone and Trapper Bag. I will be using Iridescent Stone for the last game too, which is more the culmination of everything. But yeah, so I'll see you when that game begins. Let's get into the game. So welcome to the one DLC game, which we're using the All Kill DLC for, as I said earlier. And we're using the Iridescent Stone and the Trapper Bag, meaning we have 3 traps at the start of the game. Pretty darn good if I say so myself. Man. Don't know about you guys, but this map with the killer we're playing is, man, so much nostalgia. Most of you won't know what I'm actually talking about, but those who do will easily understand why. I don't know why everyone's crowding around and just letting themselves die. Confused. Oh, there's a hook right here. I'm blind. The annoying thing here is this vault, so we'll take care of that. So if anyone was around in our terror radius when we were carrying that survivor, because of Starstruck, they are now exposed. However, the only person who probably was like that was Lori. And I don't think she needs to be exposed right now. So basically, as we are just playing, we want to generally just put our traps around. Damn, we weren't able to do it. In areas that just allow us to keep a lot of advantage. Basically, any area that we just put them in and we don't care about them anymore. We want to try to put them in areas where they'll accrue a bunch of value. Is the idea. So this random one here did Iridescent Stone did work on it. So there's that, and no one's going for the save. I think every trap now is activated. However, someone is easily now going to go over there to save. This build would be a lot better on something like Midwich, because then you can make it so much harder for anything to go on. I don't really care which one I down. And although... Okay, Bill, if you're gonna be dumb... that means you get downed. That means you just get killed. I don't care. If we have a Mori, this could be bad for us. Never punished. We have a Mori. I do think it would be cool is if you put a trap on them, you got a unique Mori for Trapper, and I think that that should be a thing for a lot of the characters. They DC'd. We don't really care though. So there is a gen over here, so I'll keep a trap over there. And now we'll try to just generally pressure areas as we play. So we'll kick this for no discernible reason, and we only have 12 seconds with no way out at the moment. However, there's also the fact that we need to put a trap right here. Okay, we have like all of our traps set up. Some of them are in jank locations like that. But hey, if I didn't set them up, they don't even know that it's there, right? Now the only problem with this is that this is such a big map that it becomes really hard for a killer to actually be able to keep, you know, pressure going. However, so the good thing is we don't need to worry about that bear trap. And in theory, you could use both the iridescence with this build, where they do it and then so they disarm the bear trap and then they take damage and then the 30 seconds later the bear trap will just trigger again. And as long as there's no oh wow, they really waited for that one. And that bear trap right there, I'm going to pick it up immediately. And... oh, that's actually a pretty darn good random location for a bear trap. And I'm just going to put it right here instead. Because I think that is better. So we're just going to pick them up. And I could put them in basement, but I kind of don't care. We kind of just want to keep our pressure going. So we know that there's no one over here. And there's someone being annoying around here. So we can just go and chase them. And they're in our terror radius with Starstruck, meaning we're able to down them very quickly. Meaning now, there are 2 people. Like, we could easily get the kill right here. That's the crazy thing, is we could get the kill right now. We have 2, the end of the game rather, right now. We have 2 people on hooks, meaning we don't really need to worry about anything. Because only one person could be doing gens, and that one person should be saving. This is basically just an I've won scenario. She was being, and this is all because she was being too greedy with Starstruck being active. If she just waited instead of running, like if she tried to sneak it, I wouldn't have seen her scratch marks, and then therefore wouldn't have been able to do anything. Yep. Oh. BT, fair enough. Doesn't save you twice though. And pretty much we just want to go for the slug now. Okay, so we weren't able to get the slug, which is fine. So we'll just end her off with a Moi. Kind of a basic one, but it's cool how you do look like it. He constantly is looking down. That makes it a little bit cooler, at least. And yeah, so the iridescent stone is always active. So even when it's not there, it's still doing something. I am going to break this due to the fact that I do need to do that. And we also, remember, we've only been using half of our build this entire game. We still have another 2 perks up our sleeves. And both of the places are trapped. So I think we're actually basically keen to win this entire game. And that's why this build is so good, is because it does everything you need. You don't actually need to have anything else. Trapper sack, obviously. But that's not a necessity. And they've also 3-gen themselves pretty bad here, which is great for a map like Red Forest, because if there was one on the other side of the map, would be screwed. No questions asked, we just would not win that game. Okay. Okay. Someone's not very smart, huh? Don't worry, I will loop the killer for ages. Don't worry about it. And if Meg was anywhere near us, which she should be because she should be doing gens, that means she's exposed now as well, meaning she's a one-shot down. So yeah, this is what I mean. Like, we've just locked down this entire area. Whoa, that was a massive amount of lag. But yeah, so now we'll reset this bear trap ourselves. Oh my god, internet, please don't shit the bed. I don't want to have to do this game again as well, because this game is going so good. We can hear nothing's going on. I think at this point, Meg would give up on trying to save Lori. Oh yes. The fact that she was working on that gen makes me feel like she... Oh. Are you kidding? Fucking just go in. I think actually we probably could have closed that right on top of them, but that is insanely dumb luck for us. Insanely dumb luck for them. But yeah, so next game, let's see what happens when you have 2 DLCs on Trapper. Man, that last game, I cannot believe, out of like Red Forest, I think just landmass alone is the biggest map in the entire game. So the fact that that survivor just immediately spawned on top of the damn thing, that's insane. That is actually just a coincidence that happened. Like, man, that reminds me of a short I need to do. But yeah, so let's go into the build, shall we? So this is our final one with 2 DLCs. What DLCs are they? Well, one of them is the all kill one, because I do want to keep it that if you buy one and then, you know, you get $10 later and then you're like, oh, I can get the next one. It's not just like the 2 DLC build is 2 different DLCs, because that would just feel really shitty. But then at the same time, it does make me have to think about like standalone DLCs, or if I need to, like, you know, if I did do it where I didn't have Ruin be always available, the end game for a lot of them would be fucked up because of that, which is why Ruin is always added. But this is the build. Very similar to the last one. Simple no-ed, Starstruck. Instead of No Way Out, we're using Corrupt Intervention and Agitation. So Agitation and Starstruck work together. We have 1 endgame perk and a start of game perk. And we're running Trapper Sack and Iridescent Stone, hoping to get a good map for it. Basically what we're basically gonna start with maybe I think 10 traps, and we're just gonna put them down wherever we want, within the time of Corrupt Intervention, hopefully. And basically any loops that we don't want to do, we don't have to do. However, so Trapper Sack, the way that it works is all bear traps are carried from the beginning of the game. However, you cannot pick them up, you cannot move them. And then every 30 seconds, a bear trap at random gets reset. So the way that this works is, you know, you set one, and then as you keep setting them, they'll just keep coming back to life, and you have the perfect spots for all of them. So by the end of the game, you should just be winning. So with that, this is the final one. So at the end of this, I will give some ending thoughts to this episode. But let's get into the final game, shall we? Hello, and this is the final game. I'm eating fried rice and dying. So as you can see, 3 of the gens are blocked by Corrupt Intervention. This map is a bit of an annoying one, and we're getting a bit of lag. So as you can see, we start with 8 bear traps. Let's just carve our own way through. So we do want to put a bear trap on each exit gate as well, and that is very important that we do that before we start trapping up areas. So we'll just trap that one first. I hate this map. Then we'll go over here and start a chase. So this build really does change part of the way you play Trapper, due to the fact that it just makes it so then everything is a lot more like, okay, you have to focus. You have to play the game well. You can't just go willy-nilly on everything. Okay. The best way to do this build is a basement build. However, I think... Oh no, I'm not going to be that mean. I was going to say, I think we could just make Thompson House impossible to get in. But we might actually be able to do that to a degree by just doing this. And that only expends 1 of our bear traps. So up here we can look around and we can tell where the thing is, and we also can tell where a person is. And we can insta-down them because we have Starstruck. And we have to go for that actually right now, because if we don't, then she can get off scot-free. So we'll pick her up and bring her down to the basement, which is also conveniently right here. And if Hangmin falls into a trap, then we actually just win the entire game, which I find is very funny. So we'll just put one trap down here. We'll make it 2 traps. So one of them has been disarmed, meaning very quickly that one will be rearmed. We'll do this. She won't fully be able to tell. Oh, did she? I just dropped that pallet. This is an annoying pallet, I will say. We all get owned by our own items sometimes. Guess who's getting back on the floor? Oh yeah, it's you, baby. And with agitation starstruck, we should be able to bring them all the way down, and everyone is going to be exposed. Doesn't matter who you are, you join the party. And because we left this front one open, it means we can hook them fine. Without like any problems for us. We're looking in there just to make sure that they're not creeping. So we just want to make sure in general that no one is just going to sneak into our house. And to accomplish that even further, we'll put another bear trap right here. So then the only way they can get in is through the front door, because it's rude to enter a house not through the proper way. I'm going to do something dumb, which is completely just leave them alone for a bit, which is bad for me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my final 2 traps down. I'm going to put one of them right here. Oh my god. I wish I had honing stone right now. This is amazing. The only way in or out is through me. Oh, and that. But that's the back door, so I mean that's like pretty fine. That's to be expected, let's be honest. Like the back door is like that's fine, right? Like you have the front entrance and the back entrance, that's fine. Just don't enter like houses don't need so many places to enter, you know? And I think it's a little bit unfair when there's so many places to enter. Oh my god, really? Man, even with agitation, half the times you get screwed over. Don't know how he got up there so easily. Oh. It is not your lucky day today. Man, if I play with your food right now, I'd be having a fucking barbecue. So we'll just put you simply here. Again, we saw that someone was on this over here. So we'll go over there and deal with it. Jesus, I hate the stuttering. Yep. We do have a Moi, so I do want to make sure that I actually get that. But we also kind of don't fully care about being complete assholes in this game. We more so just care about having cool things happen, and also just show off the build, which is what we're doing. So we've pretty much won this game. I think that's pretty easy to see. Okay. So they're healing somewhere, and we don't really care. Kill it. They have to come over here anyway. And if even if they do 2 of the gens over there, or 3 of the gens over there, they do have to finish a gen over this side. Meaning that no matter what... Let's just hope he doesn't get out on the first try. I don't think he did, yeah. Damn. Feng Min is now moyable, which is great. I think all of them are now. Yeah, all of them, as soon as I down them, each one, as soon as they get downed, I win. I kill them, rather. Which is a win for me. Not so much them. Why are you standing around, son? That was a bad idea. Three for 3, you ran to that pallet and never gotten it. Now ends your life. Okay. So now, at the end of the game, both people are injured. She went wide. I don't know why she did that. I'll just kill her, and if Dwight escapes, I'm fine with that. No one brought a hatch offering, so we don't know where hatch is. Meaning it's just a classic hatch game. And they found it. So, that was this build, and now let's get into the ending segment of the video. So with that, that ends this video. I hope you have all enjoyed watching this new type of content from me. It is a lot longer, because it is just 4 games with sections in the middle. And I really want to hear feedback and stuff for this one. I will be promoting it a lot. I'll just be sending it to everyone I know, pretty much. Just because I really do want to know if you guys actually enjoyed this, because this took a very long time to get all the perks for. Like, as you can see, I have 6 pages of perks, and I think we're up to 8. So, and like, I almost have 4 full pages of like purple perks. So you can tell that I've been doing a lot of grinding on a killer who isn't even my main killer to do this video. So love and support always would be appreciated. Patreon, if you want to, you don't have to. It's a tail ender. There'll probably be a link. Because this is a harder video, and if you do support it, it makes it a lot easier for me to actually, 1, get better internet, and 2, be able to feel motivated to do these videos more. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy this series. It is going to be hard to make, but it's going to be a blast at the same time, because it's basically just a more upgraded, you know, killer tutorial series. However, instead of focusing on the main perks that they start with and their power, we're focusing on builds, which is a little bit more fun to do. So with that, I hope you all have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time I do this. Goodbye.